The Boston Bruins lose 2-0 to the Vancouver Canucks at home. The Bruins played well, but had zero puck luck and just couldn't score. Oh, and Jake Debrusk and Danton Heinen return, so we kind of knew the Bruins were going to lose. I want to look into where all the goals have gone and what can be done about it. As always, I will cover the highs and lows from the Boston Bruins game and give my thoughts. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. The Boston Bruins lost last night, but it wasn't a total loss, as they truly didn't play bad. I'm sure some of you will jump into my comments saying they were terrible, and that's fine. But I don't think they were. The defense played well and kept Vancouver to 15 shots, and Swayman played good enough to win the game. And the only goal that got scored on him, which was by Jake Debrusk, of all people, came off a weird bounce, which gave Debrusk a wide open net to shoot at. I also don't know why the Bruins challenged the goal, because I couldn't see the hand pass, and if the proof isn't definitive, they're not going to call it back. Luckily, the Bruins PK killed that penalty that we were given after the goal was still stood, so we move on. I also think the goal only happened because the PK was stuck on the ice for almost the whole 2 minutes and just looked gassed. When you're gassed, you make mistakes, but it wasn't like they had an opportunity to get off the ice either. Vancouver looked like the Bruins from the beginning of this year, just trying to find the perfect shot instead of putting pucks on the net. Normally, I take a while to hop into the goal, but I figured let's just get it out of the way because there's a lot more pressing things to talk about from this game. Bruins also gave a little tribute video to both Debrusk and Heinen during the game, but as with every player who comes back this year, the Bruins lost the game. Heinen looked great out there, and Debrusk looked like he always does, and you could see him trying to chirp the Bruins bench when he scored, and they didn't even acknowledge his presence, which was kind of telling. Debrusk spoke with the Bruins media after the game and even mentioned he got no chirps, except from his former teammate Charlie Coyle. I know I should have seen in the comments that they should have signed Debrusk because he's at least scoring in Vancouver, and you wouldn't be wrong, but Debrusk didn't want to come back, so they couldn't. The real problem is Sweeney didn't replace his scoring and didn't trade him last year when he knew he wasn't coming back. Debrusk rescinded his trade request when they fired Cassidy, but he also sold his condo last year before the season even wrapped up, and rumors swirled that he wasn't coming back, and he didn't. Sweeney made a big mistake this offseason not getting scoring for his team when it's been an issue for the past couple seasons. The team can't expect to rely on Marchand and Pastrnak to do all the heavy lifting because it's just not possible. The fact this team has Morgan Geekie in the top 6 should say it all. They will win hockey games, but it's going to be a low-scoring affair. The Bruins by far are playing better under Sacco when it comes to defense and putting pucks on net, but they're getting no results. Vancouver's goalie Laakkonen played well last night, stopping 32 shots. But once again, we got goalied by a backup. But the Bruins also had rarely anyone in front of them and gave them clean looks all game. They did have some great chances, but those came from Frederic, Zacha, and Geekie in the slot, who have no finish. Marchand had a couple great chances, but he also shot the puck across the crease when he had a wide open net. He just seems to be gripping a stick a little too tight. They had zero puck luck last night, and it was brutal to watch. You could sense the frustration after the game from the coach and the players, as they should have won that game.
Joe, you get 33 shots on net. Did you feel like you got enough high danger chances?
I thought we had some. I thought we had more than they did. We did a really good job defending in front of the goaltender again. We limited their chances. I can recall some that, we had one at the end. It hits Marshy when we have the pulled goaltender. Lindy has the puck right on his stick. And I remember Pav had a grade A in the slot on the power play off the rush. So, maybe not enough, but when we do, we just have to start burying our chances. I think that we're giving ourselves a chance to compete in games now. The guys are defending hard, like I mentioned before, but offensively, we have to get some guys going and find their scoring touch.
Do you think when it comes to the lack of scoring touch and the lack of burying your chances, is it just a snake-bitten nature, or do you think there's more the guys can do?
Well, I think it starts with execution. I'm sure I would imagine some of the guys don't have the confidence that they've had in the past, but for us and as a staff, we got to make sure that it starts in practice with our guys and the details and, good habits in practice when we have opportunities to score. We've got to make sure that those guys are bearing down, and hopefully that carries over into the games for them. But, I'm sure they're frustrated, but we can't let that settle in on us. The guys need to just dig in and, like I said, bear down. We're gonna flip it quick here. We got another one tomorrow night, so we're gonna be ready to go.
Were you confident that goal was going to come off the board?
I was, just because of what happened in the past. I remember a play where it hit one of our guys' gloves, and one of our players didn't move his hand at all, and they called it. So when I looked at it, it looked like it hit, I think it was Garland in front of the net, and it hit his hand and went right to the eventual goal scorer. So Yeah, I thought it was confident, otherwise we wouldn't have made the call. But I give our guys credit, they killed the next one off, which was big because it kept us in the game again.
It's one of those frustrating games where there were some chances there, just couldn't barrel in.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get shut out, that's frustrating. But I think we're creating a lot of chances and we're playing the right way, so it's going to come.
I mean, it just seemed like very tight. Things were hard to come by tonight. You guys wound up with a lot of shots, but they were hard-working variety.
Yeah, I thought the pace was good. I thought both teams played really well defensively, honestly, and I thought we had our chances, and the puck just didn't go in tonight, and hopefully find that tomorrow.
You guys are on the cusp of going on a run here?
You have to believe that. You have to. I don't the dam's gonna break at some point. Just hope it's soon. We just got to keep playing the right way. We're stressing defense in here, and we're doing a great job of it. And I think it has helped our offensive game. We just can't score.
You alerted the refs right away on the goal, the power play goal.
Yeah.
How surprised were you that it didn't come off?
I think obviously I didn't see the replay, but if I'm reaching up, I know that I'm above the crossbar there. So I thought originally it was a high stick, and I talked to him, and he said the replay didn't show that. So it's an unfortunate bounce, and again, that's hockey, and we have to move forward. And I think we did a good job of that, and kept pressing and did our job well. We didn't get the result.
As McAvoy said, the dam is going to break at some point, and he's probably right. But it's also the team management is built. Bruins have now gone 244 consecutive minutes at home without scoring a goal in the third period. That's 12 games. And the Bruins have just one third period goal at home the entire season. They have been outscored 11-1 in the third period and outshot 120-85. I feel this will change under Sacco, but not by much. They aren't built to score goals, and only to stop them. They have far too many players playing up in the lineup that shouldn't. The third line right now is the worst line by far and is not generating anything, except when they had Merkulov in the lineup. I find it interesting, though, that whenever we see some offense, Sweeney moves that player back down to Providence like he doesn't want offense for some reason. No more big bodies that can hit and not score. I'm done with them, and the Bruins are stacked with them. They need players that can finish and put the puck in the net. If Trent Frederic, who hasn't looked good all year, isn't in the future, then move him. Get something back now and not later. He is on the second power play right now and doesn't deserve to be there. Sit him for a game. Let him understand he needs to be better because he isn't playing effective at all. He's hesitant going into the corners, rarely comes out with the puck, and seems to know how to just dump the puck in and give it right back to the other team right now. The Bruins have 34% of their cap on defense, which is great if you have forwards that can score. Geekie is not a top six player, and the Bruins keep running it back with him on the top line. It's interesting that they gave Lindholm a smaller leash than they've given to Geekie. And this is nothing against Geekie, but he's a bottom six player at this point. So why don't you just call up Patra, Lysell, or Merkulov and let them have a shot at it? Because how can it hurt you at this point? The Bruins had 13 high danger chances last night, and their expected goal was 2.25. Vancouver had 2, and their expected goal was 0.36. So on the shoulda won a meter, the Bruins should have won the game. But Marchand and Pastrnak are snake bitten, and the rest of the team just can't score. They had 3 chances on the power play, but the power play looked terrible again, except for maybe 2 shifts. What they're doing isn't working, and they need to try something different. I would love to see low Rye on PP1 and move McAvoy down. Call Merkulov back up and put him on power play 2, because he can skate and generate offense. They need guys in front of the net when they shoot, because they continue to shoot with no one in front. I love the shot generation, but they need to start finishing, and I'm sure it will come, but I don't think they have the tools to do it right now. The team is full of big bodies with no bite. They need some finishers with speed to help generate some offense with this new tempo. The defense is a strong point again for this team, and I'm glad. But the forward group is shooting blanks right now. The schedule coming up should favor them because the Islanders, they're playing tonight, are 4-3-3 in their last 10 and have a -8 goal differential. So they're leaking from the back end, and the Bruins should win tonight. They don't play a team that's in the playoffs right now until December 10th. So they have a lot of time to build team confidence. With the goaltending back and the defense back, they just need the forward group to be back, and they should be fine. I still think they need some offense, but I've been saying this for years, and Sweeney never fixes the issue, and he usually just makes it worse. I want to hear from you, though, about what you think the Bruins can do to fix the offense. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.